Braydon Hawthorne is a really unique college basketball recruit at the prep level right now, but he's sort of exploded onto the scene recently. He's a four-star prospect currently playing at Huntington Prep, 6'8", 175 pounds, small forward. He has a 7'2" wingspan. Like he's kind of got the measurables here of this kid that is just like still growing and sort of gonna be a lot different a year from now than he already is. But there's been a lot of buzz just recently on Braydon Hawthorne, the player, what he could potentially do. It sounds like he is at least potentially a take for a couple of schools of interest to us. Kentucky has been involved for Hawthorne. Michigan still making a little bit of a play on Hawthorne as well. Um, I believe the full list of schools that are in touch per ESPN right now for Hawthorne is Kentucky, Michigan, West Virginia, Virginia Tech, Texas, and Pitt. And again, this is like a late riser that has been unranked previously, but is now cracking top 100 lists with a 7'2" wingspan as a small forward. Carr, what's your read on Hawthorne and his game?
So the wingspan and the length are real. Like that's the first thing I saw. Honestly, when I first fired up the film, I was surprised he was only 6'8". Like I thought he legit looked bigger than that. Um, did you say he's 175? Is that what the site listed him at?
It might be 15 pounds too heavy.
That legit might be I think rounded up by like 20 pounds or something like that. He is extremely thin. But the tools are there, I must say. He's got like some pick and pop stuff on here. He does use his length as much as he can. Obviously, there's a lot of he's more prospect than anything at this point. I do think that there's a long way to go with how his body and how he progresses over the next year. But even just like natural ability and wingspan and things like that. Like you watch his stuff, there's a lot of like getting the passing lanes with his length. He's able to, if people don't body him up completely, he's able to use his length to disrupt people and cause steals and things like that. Um, he's got like late bloomer ish kind of stuff written on him, and I guess you kind of pointed that out. But yeah, the physical tools are real for as far as like length and like he's also fluid, I would say too. Like sometimes when you're that tall and that thin, you're kind of like two left feet. He's not two left feet. He is just super thin.
We interrupt this sleepers video to tell you about an offer from Underdog Fantasy. Cart, you love Underdog Fantasy, correct?
Of course I do. Can I have a moment real quick?
Please. Thank you for that. In fact, I'm going to cut you off because our listeners like when we keep these short and sweet. Underdog Fantasy. Sign up as a new user. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get bonus funds up to $1,000, 50% of your deposit match. The NBA playoffs are rocking right now. I played Underdog last week with a Cade Cunningham line. I'm looking forward to doing it throughout the entire first round of the NBA playoffs, but there's more. You can place picks on golf. You can place picks on baseball. You can place picks on the NHL playoffs that are rocking right now. Join Underdog Fantasy, promo code SLEEPERS. Support this show so that we can keep bringing videos to you. Back to the video. Yeah. So I want to go on record here, and I'm getting duped because my school's trying to sneak involved here, but I'm going to go on record here. I think this kid's going to end up a star.
Mm.
And I don't know if it's going to be at Kentucky or Michigan. In fact, if I was his advisor, I would probably tell him not to go to one of those schools because I think he would play at Virginia Tech or West Virginia in a way that I don't think he will at Kentucky or Michigan. But I just sent you a clip. Like, there's one of the main highlights that he has on socials that has gone viral is a clip of him absolutely saucing AJ DeBanza.
Mm.
Like, he's not just like a skinny like project athletically. Sometimes you see those guys, oh, he's a 6'8" wing with a 7'3" wingspan and he's really skinny and it's all like he can run and jump. This dude like has a handle and a jumper and footwork and I see like I know it's gonna sound crazy. I see some Brandon Ingram vibes to the way he plays. Like he's patient. He has like pump fake stuff. He has step throughs. He makes shots. I just can't believe I don't really know the backstory on how this kid hasn't been a top 100 kid all along, other than maybe he had a giant growth spurt late here. But um, I think, if you're trying to figure out what are Michigan and Kentucky doing, they've got 1 to 2 spots left on their roster, right? And if you're
Mhm.
Michigan or Kentucky, you feel pretty good like you've built your rotation at this point. You're trying to fill your roster with complete upside shots. And like I look at Michigan, they're probably going to use these final 2 spots on like an overseas player. I would much rather have Braden Hawthorne. I think you get this guy in the fold, and if he shocks you and develops as quick as we think he could, he's in the rotation and maybe blossoms. If he doesn't, then you stow him on your bench and have all this upside that you're hoping you can convince him to stick around for year 2. That's why if I was advising this kid though, I'd tell him not to go to Kentucky or Michigan. Because if he goes to Kentucky or Michigan, he's going to get buried on the bench and it's a long-term play. I think this kid could go to West Virginia and like be a stud in year 1.
100%. And West Virginia coach needs to get him.
Yeah, it's big.
Got you.
Um, Where do you think he goes, given this sort of list of 6? Sounds like he wants to play college in 25.
Yeah. Well, so he was committed in 25, right?
Yeah, he was committed to West Virginia, and then he decommitted when DeVries left. Also,
Got
speaking
it.
of that, why isn't Indiana like
Yeah.
all over this?
Yeah. Indiana should have had him with him yesterday. What?
I'm confused.
Yeah. Anyways, but West Virginia for sure.
You think it's West Virginia?
Yeah.
I hope Dusty May pulls magic here.
Mm.
I think this kid rocks.
Mm.